Investors do seem to be cheering the spending bill. Bond rates, though, have been dropping lately. Does that tell us a little bit different story? And which one is the real reason the Nasdaq is at intraday highs and all-time highs these days? Joining me now is Abhay Deshpande. He's the Chief Investment Officer at Centerstone. Abhay, it's good to have you. Just a quick top-level thought here. We just got a disappointing GDP number. There's obviously, nominally, I think GDP grew 9%, but like 7% of that was prices. So what do you think is happening with the economy over the next 6 months or so?
Well, to me, it seems clear things are slowing down. Prices have gone up, real incomes have not. So the inflation is actually signaling to people to pull back. And so you've got this kind of rush of orders. There's all this talk about the backups at the ports, and it's all true, but you're starting to see those numbers already start to peak. It could take some time to kind of even out itself, but the forward-looking numbers seem rather weak for most economies around the world. And I think that's led by consumers pulling back because prices have gone up.
So, again, it's that backdrop. Tell me why you're betting on undervalued and, more interestingly as well, sort of what we might call old economy companies.
Well, if you're anything like me, you're kind of tired of listening to all this stuff, macro stuff. And Centerstone, we've always been bottom-up in nature. So we kind of look at stocks security by security. And what I like about the things we're finding these days is that they don't have there's no bearing to what goes on in Washington or inflation or anything. On the margin, these things, of course, affect these companies. But I like businesses that we're finding where there's a lot of self-help. There's catalysts, there's changes. And most importantly, the market, because it's not a high-growth tech stock or something popular, the market just ignores them. Like companies like Perigo and CDK, which we own, for instance, both undergoing a great deal of transformation, focusing on the core business with good management teams, cash flow generative, and in businesses or in segments which they either dominate or have very large market share. I can see owning something like that with a long duration for quite some time at very reasonable prices today.